Hello, algebra students. So first step here is the first step to a lot of our problems. Breathe. This one's actually simpler than a lot of the other ones on this review, even though it looks challenging. Let me prove it to you. So Janet's hourly pay rate is $3 higher than Peter's, P. Bernice's hourly rate is $2 less than Peter's. The ratio of Janet's hourly rate to Bernice's is 4-3. Now, all of that sounds like a lot of information, but then look, solve the proportion to determine each person's hourly wage. Might have been a challenging word problem to understand, but I know how to solve a proportion, so I'll at least start there, and then we can try to make sense out of what we find. So, what am I saying? I'm saying, look at this. I have a fraction equivalent or equal to a fraction. I have two equal relationships here. This is a proportion. And we learned that wonderful skill of when you have proportions, cross products were equivalent. And so I can cross multiply. And that's what I'll do. I think I'll write it out first and then do the multiplication as my next step so that I don't make a mistake. So 3 times the quantity of P plus 3, all of P plus 3. Is going to be equal or equivalent to the other cross product. 4 times the quantity of P minus 2. Now that I got it in that format, I can simplify the left and the right hand side by doing that multiplication. So 3 times P is 3P. And 3 times positive 3 is positive 9. And that's going to be equivalent to 4 times P is 4P. And 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Let's see. No more simplifying on the left or the right, but darn it, I have a P on both sides. I think I'll move this negative 3P over because I like that. 4P minus 3P is going to give me a single solitary P. Seems like an efficient way to go, even though it's to the right. 3P minus 3P is nothing. It cancels out. I've got 9 left on the left-hand side. 4P minus 3P is just one single solitary P, or I'll just write P. I won't write a 1 in front because I'm too lazy. And I haven't done anything to affect the negative 8. P is almost alone. I'll get rid of the 8 by doing the opposite. Instead of subtracting 8, I'll add 8 to both sides. And let's see now what we get. Subtracting 8 and adding 8 are opposites. They cancel. P is alone, just like I wanted. I'm going to write it up at the top here, guys. P is equal to, and 9 plus 8 is 17. Now, actually, let's erase all that and write it here. P is equal to 17 because I need to do some interpreting. Because take a look at these answers. None of them say P is equal to something. We've got words, which means we need to understand our algebra. So first of all, go looking back through the word problem, remind yourself what P means. Let's see. Janet's hourly pay rate is $3 higher than Peter's, P. So P is what? Well, it's Peter's pay rate. So Peter gets paid hourly pay rate, so $17 an hour. Awesome. Now, if I know Peter, the problem tells me how Janet and Bernice are related to Peter, and so I can now use all this information they gave me here. So let's see. Janet's hourly pay rate, it says, is $3 higher than Peter's. Well, if Peter's is 17, then Janet's is going to be 3 higher, 18, 19, 20. Get it, Janet? Now, how about Bernice? Bernice's hourly rate is $2 less than Peter. Okay, Bernice, $2 less than Peter. Don't go back to Janet's number. We're talking Bernice in relationship to Peter. So 17, 16, 15. 15 an hour. Awesome. Do we have one that says that? Peter makes 17 an hour. Janet makes 15. Oh, no, that's Bernice. Peter makes 17 an hour. Janet makes 20 per hour. And Bernice makes 15. Nice. So correct answer is B. Okay, so I barely even had to talk. I didn't even get out of breath. Not too hard, right? We got this. Happy learning.